Week 3 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott. No shortage of work for him last week, and even 170 yards rushing. It's the Cowboys and the Broncos on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Play action. Now Wilson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Roquan Smith from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Wilson. Looking for Shepard deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
Now the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception ball. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
A first carry now. This is Williams.
To about the 35, second down.
The numbers for Williams a week ago: 14 carries, 75 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught here by Dulcich.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Now it's Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Right back to Jeudy, and it's complete.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Wilson.
Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And he will have a Broncos first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Here's Wilson to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the 29, Wilson finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
An 8-yard pickup. First down.
They'll run on first down. Hobbs, and a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Out to the right here to Shepard.
And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Now it's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead, he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet, the little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all, and a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Powers through him, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Second down and 3.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings it 2nd and 3.
Inside give to Elliott. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Prescott to throw it. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. The Cowboys are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate. The always tough NFL.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. And the first play will be a field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. Marr able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
And that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Back to throw. Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Prescott looks to throw on 1st.
They'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott.
And that'll be caught by Fehoko. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
That's good for our Cowboys.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 6-yard pickup.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, Prescott.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
That's caught left side by Judy.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Taking it about the 1.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
at their own 17-yard line.
Wilson getting right back to it after the pick six. This will be caught. Judy.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Hobbs.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now Wilson.
Got his man, it's Dulcich.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Up the middle they go. Hobbs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
From midfield now, here's Wilson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
This is Elliott.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Now Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson.
Finding space at the 40.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I'll bet there's a big grin on the defense coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback and someone.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Broncos are once again back in front.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On third down, it's Prescott.
Got his man, it's Fehoko.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson on first down. And this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Sanders' kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
From the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first,
Time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Jared Goff leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From Motown, let's head across Lake Erie to Buffalo, see what's going on with the Bills. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. James Cook, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if things continue the way they've been going. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Both teams making their final preparations for this second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Brings up second and 10.
47.
On second down, Prescott again. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Prescott to throw on 4th. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Throwing again here, Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And this one quickly to Lamb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the play there. The Cowboys have a first down.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Prescott. It's tipped, but it doesn't matter. He still catches it. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are back within a score.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 2nd down now, Hobbs, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. To throw is Wilson. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Denver. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Good drive last time, really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. On 2nd and 11 now, Prescott, he'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to get the
the ball will come out to the 20.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Patrick. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now it's Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Wilson. He put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold it, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 22. Wilson. And this is Shepard on the catch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hobbs. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Prescott to throw it.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
On second down, Elliott once more. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Now Wilson back into his end zone. Got an open man here, and it's KJ Hamler. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Hobbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Wilson. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 2nd down, Compton looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Compton. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On the return is Cohen. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott now.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And partner, the tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
The give is to Elliott.
57 yards rushing for him now to this point. 3 yards remain for 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. That's the Broncos' 49-yard line.
Again, it's Elliott. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Prescott. Touchdown!
CeeDee Lamb with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. So what a comeback here. They look like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a fourth quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly, because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go, and they hung in there and made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
On first down, Wilson.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Wilson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Elliott running right.
And he will pick up the first down as he is out of bounds. And on that, we will reach the 2-minute warning.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go to Elliott again. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Prescott.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 10. Just over a minute, 40 to play. Throwing now is Wilson.
Able to find Judy.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Finding Washington.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Wilson will throw again.
Same connection, Dulcich once again.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
One last shot at the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
One last shot for Wilson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Dallas, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.